I buy the merch. I buy the t-shirts. We'll have a dude come to the birthday party dressed as Captain Durag.
Come on.
I'll dress as Captain Durag
Come on.
at my daughter's next birthday party. It's too late for
Come
this
on.
one. We already got a Minnie Mouse theme. For year number 4, I will
Captain
dress
Durag,
as Captain
baby.
Durag. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Back. The crew is here. We in the building. You tune in too.
The MSR Pod Virtual Edition.
Virtual edition like a mug. Adam Butler, Paul Spann.
Black Man Span in the building.
Black Man Span is in the building. Nargis is in the building. Yay.
I'm here. Cheers.
Matching, color coordinated. I like it. I didn't get the memo, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently today is a do-rag day. It's gonna make sense in a little bit, but you know, they cousins, so they leave me out of shit. So, you know, whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, they can kick rocks. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I still love you.
100%. 100%.
Oh man. Hey, shouts out to all the new subscribers. Appreciate you all. Hope you all are enjoying the show and enjoying what you've seen so far. Welcome. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the team. All of that. We appreciate you all. While you here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Do all of that stuff. We appreciate you. If you've already subscribed to the channel, but if you're just watching, go ahead and subscribe, spread the word, tell people to subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of that stuff. Follow us on socials, MSR Tribe on Instagram, MSR Tribe on Instagram, Mindstream Radio on Facebook, MSR Tribe on Threads. All right. We're on podcasting platforms as well. So go ahead and subscribe and rate and review the show. Do all of that stuff. All right. All right. We got a couple of things to talk about today, so we are going to jump into it. But I did want to share something with my fam, because I got my fam here, and I just like to, you know, tell them about the random shit that goes on in my life.
Right.
Yo, I rewatched Mac earlier. Have you ever seen the Mac, Nargis?
Yes.
Okay. Shouts out to you for seeing the Mac. I rewatched the Mac. The Mac, Paul, I think I may have talked to you about this, was once, and probably still is, but was once one of my all-time favorite movies. When I was in the 9th and 10th grade, I had a VHS of the Mac, and I would watch the Mac every single night.
Right.
And then I had an AOL Instant Messenger name, and my name was Goldie on this thing. Okay, so I love the Mac. Okay, I love the Mac. All right.
I love the Mac.
I love the Mac. Fun fact about my AOL Instant Messenger, people thought I was a girl on there because my name was Goldie. It was like weird. It was like, you know, why is it? No, I'm not a woman. Anyway.
Because they never seen the Mac.
It's a specific reference.
Yeah, specific, very specific to, But anyhow, I bring that up because there's two parts of the Mac that I kind of forgot about. Well, I didn't really forget about them, but I haven't thought about them in a long time that make me laugh. Okay. One is Pretty Tony, when they get revenge on Pretty Tony, okay, and Richard Pryor and the Mac have a man in the warehouse, and they repeatedly tell him to stick himself. I'm watching this with my wife earlier, okay, and Mac is yelling, "Stick yourself, Tony! Stick yourself!" And Jen's going, "What does he mean by stick himself? Stick yourself, Tony!" And you see him doing this. You can't even really tell. He's going, "Ah!" He's stabbing himself in the ass repeatedly. Yep. Okay, that's one. Stick yourself, Tony. Then they tied this nigga up and put a stick of dynamite in his mouth and put a little clock on his waist and left him in the warehouse like a little tick-tick clock with dynamite and blew this nigga. Right. Okay. All right. That's hilarious to me. Two, and then we can move on. The Players Ball. One, the Players Ball was being broadcasted on television. I don't know if y'all caught that. There was an actual announcer out front.
Oh, yeah.
What channel was this shit on? I don't know.
It was an event.
Yeah, but what channel? It's the 70s. You got 6 channels. What channel, what network was broadcasting the Players Ball? Anybody know? Let me know.
It was probably, it was probably real close, real close. Close to where it needed to be. You know
Two, and this is my last point on this. How do you determine who's the Mac of the year? not only do you have a winner of Mac of the Year, you've got 3 runner-ups.
Yes.
All 3 of these pimps got on stage, as they said, Pretty Tony, Elroy, blah, blah, blah. These niggas had some wild names. And they would get on stage and they would smile like they were at a beauty pageant. They would stand on stage, 3rd runner-up, 2nd runner-up, 1st runner-up. And then the winner, Goldie. This is just a question for the audience and something for everybody to think about. How do you determine who's the player of the year? What metric do you need to achieve? What goal? It's a little rhetorical, but I mean, if y'all
are you proposing that rhetorically, or are you actually asking?
Do you have an answer?
I mean, if you're going to be if you're going to,
I want to know.
Yeah.
I think there's a few variations that go into being player.
Wardrobe has to be top 3 categories.
The
number of women.
Right, your pimp hand.
Like over that time of year. Yeah. How many women came with you today?
You're stable.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Right.
Yeah.
And how does your stable respond to you? You know what I'm saying? You out there with an unruly stable, you handling business. You understand? You understand?
What's the reputation of your?
You know
what's the reputation of your lineup?
Of your team?
Right. Because you can't just be having them out here acting all crazy.
Do they have subcategories at the Players Ball? By the way, the Players Ball, I don't know if it's still a real thing. The Players Ball it absolutely was.
It definitely was.
Yeah,
it definitely was a 100% real thing.
If it's not a real thing anymore, that would be sad.
Would it be sad?
Yeah. Is it a Chicago? Because it is a Chicago thing.
It's a Chicago thing. It wouldn't involve the Players Ball. Right, about to say if the Players Ball no longer existed, it wouldn't hurt me incredibly.
It would be the worst thing in the world. I mean, it is about like gorilla pimping.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the practice of prostitution is not amazing at all. But,
no, I would say not to get too deep.
The camaraderie and the
sex workers is whatever. The practice of pimping.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for that distinction.
Yeah.
That is a big difference. Yeah. Because pimping is predatory.
Yes.
100.
Sex work can totally be voluntary.
It is.
Last thing you said, Nargis, was the practice of pimping is predatory.
Yes, it is.
3, 2, with a big smile on the face. 3, 2, 1. Yes, it is.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes.
For those unlucky bastards.
I agree. Oh man. Anyway, I just think that the Players Ball, especially that variation of the Players Ball, because the last time I saw the Players Ball, we're gonna move on. The last time I saw the Players Ball was on I think it was like Pimps Up, Hoes Down, the HBO documentary.
Oh,
and I get how it would be filmed in the 90s or early 2000s, whenever they came out, because you put it out on DVD or whatever. What I don't understand is what channel that thing was coming on in 1975 or whenever the Mac came out. That's what I want to know. So if anybody listening, you at home, let me know. What channel did the Players Ball come on? Also, not just how you win Mac of the Year. What other categories do they have at the Players Ball?
That's hilarious.
I'd love to know.
I think you're gonna need a lot of old players' help on this one, bro.
Hey man, if there's any old players, listen, we don't mean to demean your profession. Pimping is terrible, so I hope you found something else to do. But other than that, I would love to know how the Players Ball went down. All of the categories at the Players Ball. All right? All right. Here we go. All right. So we have a topic today. We're going to be talking about an interesting cartoon that features do-rags. This is why the squad has on do-rags today. We're going to be talking about that. Shouts out to Haja. She requested this one, so we're going to get into it right after this break. So, Captain Durag, is that his name?
Captain Durag.
You just go stand there all day like a bunch of soggy laundry?
Yeah, that's the character's name, yes.
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm going to be really honest. I Nargis do this in the group. I read a little bit of the article you sent. I saw the picture. I've not watched the show. I've not gotten very deep into this because I had an immediate opinion. So I'm gonna actually let Nargis start this off. Okay.
Okay.
Explain to us, because your sister requested this one, and this is your idea. Explain to us what Captain Durag is and what is the controversy with Captain Durag.
Okay.
At the players' ball.
Shout out to Hodger, one of my siblings. Shout out to all my siblings. Yeah, I feel like all my stories are like motivated by one of them. So yeah, Hodger dropped this in our sister's chat and was just like, y'all should talk about this on MSR. And it was like a screenshot. And I was like, this is a real thing. And she's like, oh, yes. So I immediately forwarded it over like, y'all, Hodger said, do this. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And then I immediately started doing like just some background research. Like, this is like, how recent is this? So it's a show called Hey AJ, I think.
Yep, that's what it's called.
On Disney Plus. Adorable little melanated child with her stuffed bunny rabbit and her friend, and all of the hijinks that a young child participates in. So in one of the episodes, her and her father are watching a show called Captain Durag. And her dad is wearing a do-rag, and he's like, hey, where's your Captain Durag do-rag? She's like, I don't know, it's in my room somewhere. Her room is messy. Her mom is like, you can't watch none of this until you go clean your room. So one of the through lines of this show is AJ has a really dope imagination. So there's almost always a song that it helps her transition from a problem to a solution, right? Or whatever. The song is the transition to the movie, or to the show. So she imagines Captain Durag, and he comes and helps her clean and organize her room. Now, the evil that Captain Durag fights against is slime. Like, he's in Slime City, and he helps fight grime and slime to keep his city clean, because there's evil dumpsters about that want to, make the neighborhood dirty. So people's issue was that this was somehow a performance of coonery. Why he gotta be a janitor with a do-rag on? Because his powers are cleaning. Yeah, some of the reaction videos are like really crazy.
Yeah, I actually just looked at a few just like real quick. Yeah, I've seen a couple of titles.
And I'm trying not to interject my opinion on it, but that's kind of, I think that's just kind of like the groundwork of
everyone
the
else
issue.
Interjected their opinions, Nargis.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Let's get to it, because the reason why I had such a quick opinion on it is because I don't care. Like, it's not. Even without that context, I don't want to talk too long because y'all actually did more research. So I'm gonna go right to you just real quick. Even without all of that context, was just really just confirm my opinion. I did not look at this and think anything other than, oh, that's kind of funny. Seriously.
Right.
P, I know you have opinions on this.
For one, a lot of this, obviously, things have historical basis to it. Obviously, I'm not going to go past the fact that as Black people, we tether on parts of stereotype, right? However, a lot in this specific case is much ado about nothing because people haven't actually peered into the actual show. For one, just to even give it a little more backstory, it's based off of books created by Martellus Bentley, the former football player, about his wife and his daughter, whose name is AJ. Nargis and I were talking earlier. The fact that everyone is leading with the show called Captain Durag is already misleading because it's not what the name of the show is. The name of the show is Hey AJ, and it really centers around this Black family, right? there's a young black writer named Camille. I'll get her last name in a second. Who's a comedian, and through
Mm-hmm.
like her whole purpose behind the part of Captain Durag is, for one, she's a comedian, so it does have elements of being funny to it, but she's also highlighting exactly some of the things that you were talking about, blaxploitation films of the past, right, and
Yeah.
using this in that way. I
Camille
think
Corbett.
that Camille Corbett, that is her name. Yes, a
Mm-hmm.
writer, a black woman who's a writer and a producer. Obviously, Martellus Bentley is a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So and it was important for me to research that because I wanted to see the lens that everyone was coming from. Like I wanted to see it because if this were white people telling the story of how they perceive something, then it would be different. But the fact
Mm-hmm.
that now, for one, and I'll get back into why both myself and Nargis have these things on currently. Do-rags are a part of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
They are, and I'm talking about. I can remember as far back as when I was a little kid and watching my cousins with the pomade and throwing a do-rag on to get them waves spinning properly, and then just knowing
Mm-hmm.
myself and doing all of those things. And there's a story that's told through this, through the lens of all these things. I think sometimes we get so caught up in reveling in stereotype that we look past certain things, and we want to be selectively outraged when there's vastly more important issues that we should rage about. And in my personal opinion, this isn't one of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. Nargis, what's your general thoughts before I start yapping and shit?
So without context, I was like, oh, come on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just from the face of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it is silly, like it wasn't something too but like if I had gone down the rabbit hole and it's like a white writer's room and
Mm-hmm.
he's if it was more Jar Jar Binksy,
Mm-hmm.
then I'd have been like, oh, okay, what happened? But again, I turned the show on. My daughter loves it. Like I think that's her new favorite show now because like the songs are coming on and she was like, "Mommy, I like this. Like it's a cute show." I have my bonnet on because the little girl be in her bonnet. Her hairstyle be
Mm-hmm.
different like every other show. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
you could tell there's a lot of intention that goes into it. Shout out to Rap Highness with a W. My cousin makes these.
No doubt, no doubt. That's just one of my old do-rags.
Shout out. But yeah, I think I understand
Mm-hmm.
on a very surface level why someone could interpret it as problematic because I think the other thing is like I don't know if how can I say it? The black community, I think we're still very protective about some of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And because we're still so very protective about our stuff, there's like a checklist of things that you have to like before it is put forth for non-black consumption. It has to have a certain backstory for it to settle well with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that we know there was intention behind it, I think. So that's why like my initial thing was like, but then when I read it, I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. Like I think this is kind of a misunderstanding. And I think some people are just jumping on an opportunity to complain or like to bash and, call her a coon or something when these are not comparable, but this is just the first show I thought of who like would push the limit or like do some tongue in cheek was like you give Aaron Magruder the benefit of the doubt because of Boondocks has this reputation of like being thought provoking. But because you have like this child show, you think that it's just like a lazy you think the intention is more malicious than it actually is. Or like there can't be intention or like thought-provoking representation because it's a child's show as opposed to something like a Boondocks.
Right.
But that's just the direction that my brain kind of goes in.
And I'll say this, Adam. I'll say
go ahead.
this. Like, I think that honestly, it speaks to the fact that like all of us, obviously, we want our show to do well. And there's so many people that obviously want their algorithms to move, and they want to be viral. They want all those things. Some of this stuff, to me, is a case of that. Like, a lot of people just making their think pieces and jumping on and doing these things for that purpose without complete investigation of it. And I think that as time passes, like, that's like kind of dangerous in my personal opinion. And the fact that like, obviously, we want everybody to look at this show. I wish we had 2 million subscribers. But at the same time, if I want to deliver anything, I'm still going to have personal integrity behind it. You feel me, Adam? Like, I still as much as we all understand algorithms are here, and we need to adhere to them, and we all know that YouTube pays money for certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that that is the ideal for a lot of people. But I think we should still not just be chasing of things without completely investigating so we can represent what we're talking about completely, especially when we're talking about race relations.
Okay. So a couple of quick notes. I did a quick little Google search on this. YouTube removed because of the backlash. Disney reportedly removed several clips of the character from their official YouTube channel. Also, Disney has put out I'm trying to read this. Then Disney indicated that the show's creative team worked with The League, a cultural consulting group, during the production. Basically, they're kind of backpedaling and backtracking. Colbert says she defended the character, stating that she wanted to give Black culture its own superhero. She argued that criticism stems from respectability politics, something I definitely want to touch on, and noted that her goal was to celebrate, not stereotype, calling the backlash misogyny. I never could have pronounced the word misogyny and
misogynoir.
Thank you, and anti-Black.
And it's still very much on Disney. It's not taken off of Disney at all.
Well, it's off their YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, off of their YouTube, but it's I watched all of it on Disney.
No, I understand. I'm just saying of the backlash, they took some stuff off. I'm only getting into the backlash. All right, so here we go.
Right.
I agree with you all 100%. It's funny that we're talking about this following up the conversation we just had with FD about Black media and Medea and Tyler Perry and harmful stereotypes, and how we have to find balance, right? I think there's a clear difference between what we talked about on Wednesday's show, right, and what we're talking about now. I think that sometimes we keep ourselves in a prison, and this is why I agree with the respectability politics piece of it 1000%. But I only just seeing an image of it. Well, I don't need to see an episode of it. I don't need to be proven that a cartoon character with a do-rag playing with a little girl is not some type of harmful, horrible stereotype. Once I realized who you were talking about, Paul Martellus Bennett, I think he wrote I forgot the book about the little girl with hair. I forgot the book he became like really popular for. I just think that we have to calm down, and we have to allow ourselves to laugh at ourselves.
Come
on. We have to embrace our culture a bit more, going back to that respectability politics piece. To me, this screams, don't act out in front of them white people. Don't you dare let the white people know that you wear a do-rag. What are they going to think about you? It's the Monique thing in the airport, right? And I don't think we should be doing anything for that reason. All right. Ever. If you don't want to wear a bonnet in the airport, it's because you don't want to wear a bonnet in the airport. Not because other people may see you and judge our entire race. We got to get past that. Okay. This show is clearly made for all kids, but it's geared and centered towards black kids. It's got a lot of black culture. And do-rags are definitely a huge, as Paul broke down earlier, as you both are representing, right? It's a huge part of our culture. My daughter watches Gracie's Corner, which I love. It's basically trap nursery rhymes. Or, and I don't even, it's not even just trap. It's literally any black genre of music. They got a go-go one. They've got a New Orleans bounce, but they got Big Frida on one of them. This is my favorite one, by the way.
Listen.
Yeah,
Baby rode the boat. Baby rode the boat.
That's my favorite one. Rock the boat. Rock the boat. Okay. They got Paul Wall on one. They got Snoop on one. They've got blues versions. They got rock and roll versions because we created that. Any version of black music that you can think of, Gracie's Corner has a nursery rhyme version of it, and it's very black. Okay? Very black. The characters are black. The way they look, their haircuts, everything. The trap music, the hip-hop music, the go-go music, whatever you could think of, it's very, very black. If white people or any other ethnicity wants to enjoy that, that's perfectly fine. But it's geared towards black culture. So I understand Nargis's point about protecting our culture, and I do think that is the balancing act with any of this stuff. We got to figure out how to protect our culture 100%. But I am no longer concerned, and I know this is not what you're saying, Nargis or Paul. This is just my thought to anyone that's overly worked up about this. I'm not concerned about a white man or white woman laughing at me ever. Never will be again in my life, because I'm so proud of black culture, and every other culture, has a thing, a stereotype about them that they embrace. I don't want to stop hurling out stereotypes, but you know, we know them. We know
place them there at your leisure, audience. Yeah,
we know them. Like, everybody knows the stereotype about your particular racial group, and most of you all embrace most of it. The ones that are seriously harmful, you fight back on those. This is not a harmful stereotype that black people wear do-rags. Like, it's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's hair care. Cares.
Thank you.
It's hair care. Like,
it
so,
really is.
Okay, the little girl is cleaning her room up, and she imagines a man with a do-rag, and he happens to be a janitor. Okay, some people are janitors. So what? We shame him.
No, that's what people are calling him.
He's
not literally a janitor, but because
even if he was,
cleans,
Even if he was, so what?
That's fine. Janitors be wearing do-rags.
Janitors be wearing do-rags sometimes.
Male and female.
Okay, it's fine. I'm just, you gotta remove the stick. Remove it. It's okay. Remove that thing. All right. You'll feel so much better. Okay.
And while doing that,
he would give me for that one. Anyway.
but I also think it's another level too, Adam. While taking a step back and looking at things a bit more clear, we have to also understand why we feel this way, and even understand. Like, I think sometimes people fail to realize how much white supremacy affects black people in thought process, right? I speak a certain way. I've always gone to private school. You guys make fun of me, blah 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 blah. But like, there are certain parts of whom and what I am that I will never change, because like, if someone wants to know anything about my intellect, they can have the chance to actually speak with me. I've had this conversation with my mother from the time that I was probably 14 to 15 years old, and not being an actual thug in the street, but like dressing the way that my peer group dressed, and having, and talking to her about the fact that the police always pull me over, and she was like, sometimes she would say stuff to me like, well, you this, that, and the third, and this, and I'm like, well, Mom, like, in truth and all honesty, none of that actually matters. Like, obviously, we're going to teach people how to properly comport themselves, right? We're never going to have you, being out here just being flagrant and put your life in danger. However, getting back to focusing on character of people, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to the way that we look, or what you think this look brings across, because there's so many different variations of between what people think and what is all in actuality. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously there's a sector of white people, because I looked at some of the think pieces, and it was some with white people like literally laughing about it and all that, but that's like that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to like Adam said, figure out that balance with, because we want to always be proud of our culture and whom and what we are. You understand what I'm saying? And show that to our children so they can also be proud of things.
Yeah, I feel like just as you were talking, I was just remembering and again, the internet wasn't nearly the behemoth that it is now. But I'm thinking about like the PJs,
Mm-hmm.
Bebe's Kids, like Proud Family. Like I feel
Yeah.
like these are black ass cartoons. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay. Like, and we love
Yeah.
them. Like, and we don't have this degree of like ridicule, and and they're not, I don't know. I feel like you should be more you should have more grace for a kids show than you would for something that's geared towards adult consumption. Like when they tried to reboot Good
Yeah.
Times and then
I
the
was
joint
actually gonna
quietly
bring that
went
up.
away because that was
I
horrible.
I was gonna bring that up. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was my mind
That
I was
joint
literally going,
quietly went away.
and because it was bad, right?
It's
And because it's a
horrible.
beloved property, so you can't really reboot it. But I do think that some people were a little unfair to it, outside of it just being bad. And again, why would you want to reboot Good Times in the animated form? Doesn't make sense. But I do think you had similar issues with this one. It's another show that I'm really trying to think about. There was another show that didn't quite get off the ground because black people were kind of clutching their pearls at like some of the stereotypes. And you know, again, it's funny how we just pick and choose
Mm-hmm.
which ones we cool with and which one. Again, I hate to keep bringing it, but like the conversation we just had about Tyler Perry, like every single stereotype you can imagine is in this for years. And the man is a billionaire, but a cartoon with a guy with a do-rag has everyone. It's weird to me. I just think that, you know, we all have the right to watch or not watch something. And there are situations where it's too much. I do get that, right? Especially when you think about who's in the writer's room. I get that
Mm-hmm.
100%. We all love Atlanta. We used to do Atlanta watch parties. We used to cover Atlanta every episode, every week on this show. I remember the Drake episode, funny enough. And there was a scene in that episode where there was I think it was a black guy that got with a white woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't remember the episode, I would just briefly, Van and her girls go to a party. It's supposed to be at Drake's house. They're walking around looking for Drake. The joke is Drake ain't even there. Haha. Very funny, right? But in between all this other stuff, they take I think they take like e-pills or something like that, something that gets them like out of their mind, right? So they're all tripping. And one of her homegirls is sitting there and she's looking at this really famous dude who's dating the white girl. And she goes off on the girl, and she essentially goes off on this like, why y'all got to deal with these white women when you know, all
I
of that.
remember. It's yeah.
Yeah, okay. That caught so much controversy. People were pissed off about it because they felt like they were stereotyping this black woman, that she would care this much about the black guy dating the white girl, that was an old trope. Okay? So the point I'm making is that even the best of our stuff still catches this heat. You can't escape it because there's going to be somebody that's going to feel offended by anything that reflects us. Some people don't feel like we should be reflected. Again, some people don't want to see black people on television with do-rags on because it's embarrassing to them, right? Or something that's as complex as the episode of Atlanta that's dealing with a race issue, that's dealing with a black woman feeling the way about a black man dating a white girl. There's in no way were they saying that every black woman felt this way. It's just, we all know that some people feel a way about that. We talk about this shit all the time in our own circles, but the fact that that conversation was being broadcasted to the world, some people felt embarrassed by that. It felt like they shouldn't have gone there, you know? So if I could give any advice to the writer of this show, or to Martellus is that cares. Write your character. Make that dude a recurrent. Make him your new Steve Urkel. Make that dude a recurring character. Make a spinoff called Captain Durag. Pitch it. I'd watch it. I'd have my daughter right in front of the screen.
Make a comic
I'll buy
book.
the merch. Make a comic book. I buy the merch. I buy the t-shirts. We'll have a dude come to the birthday party dressed as Captain Durag. I'll dress as Captain Durag at my daughter's next birthday party. It's too late for this one. We already got a Minnie Mouse theme. For year number 4, I will dress as Captain Durag.
Yeah.
We gotta stop this shit, man. It's boring. It's old and it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring, man.
Yeah. It's much
Be
like
proud of
people
who you
still,
are, man. You wear do-rag.
period. It's much like people still are downing the practice of eating watermelon as if this is like some part of the 1800s, whereas, you know, watermelon is absolutely wonderful for your body. You should eat as much of it as possible. And
it's delicious.
100% delicious. And it means nothing about being black. It means you're eating an absolutely wonderful fruit. That's what that means. And you're probably doing your blood pressure a favor. Like,
what if black people just like watermelon more?
Like,
what's wrong with that?
Nothing.
What if in our cuisine, what if part of our cuisine is soul food, watermelon, shit like that? What if this historical, I know y'all know this, I'm not saying it to y'all, I'm just asking the audience to think. What if there's historical reasons for why we eat the foods we eat? What if there's really dope reasons for why we eat the foods we eat and how we made the foods we move? Just like it's really dope reasons why Italian people eat what they eat. And certain Asian people eat what they eat. And certain Latin people eat what they eat. And Greek people eat what they eat. What's wrong with it? So I'm not going to say it's not a black thing. I'm black and I like watermelon. And my wife make great fried chicken that I can't even eat anymore because I'm veganish. But I hear it's delicious.
Yeah. I got a funny story about me and chicken later on too.
Tempeh up.
Hey, okay. I eat fried faux chicken. And it's delicious.
Yeah.
Don't hate.
I might be done with the chicken soon, August.
Yeah, though. Paul on his god body.
No more Yardbird.
No more Yardbird.
Maybe.
Can I tell her, Darkest, do you remember? I feel like I asked you this once a year.
Periodically in our
Let the
friendship.
people know.
Yeah. Do you remember? Shout out to Sleepy Chris. We were over Chris' house. You know what I'm about to bring up? Do you remember? For you know, Darkest is Muslim. Okay. Our good friend and former co-host.
Muslim AF.
Yeah, she's very Muslim. Okay. Like no hiding it. She's Muslim. And
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Authentic. And we were over our good friend and former co-host. Hopefully he'll be back on the show sometime soon.
Oh, I forgot about this.
And he was, entertaining us and he was offering us food and he asked Nargis if she wanted something to eat. And she said, yeah, And Sleepy Chris brought down an assortment of swine. A platter of swine.
Assortment.
All swine.
It was like cured.
Presented wonderfully.
Madam. Full swine. A whole.
It was like he pulled the cloche.
Yes. Not a green, not a piece of beef, not a fish. All pork.
It's some ham, some pepperoni,
ham, bacon,
some turkey.
Okay.
Take your pick.
And I was just like,
I'm glad you didn't go in the shop.
Yeah, but just for the smell of it, I'm shocked her body just didn't lock up and shrivel to a raisin.
And seize, right?
Yeah.
I was just like, Chris, I can't have any of this.
You can't eat this. Get this away from me.
Hey,
but thank you so
Platter of swine.
Your heart was in the right place.
Yeah, it was bigger than a dine. Like, it was a serving tray.
All pig.
First off,
different parts of the pig.
The fact that he had that much pork to begin with is wild.
From the rooter to the tutor, baby. Okay.
I don't even, and he came back with it so fast.
Yeah, he did. He had it prepped. He prepped it
He had it
all
queued
day
up
for you.
already, right? He was like, man, I can't wait to
Yeah.
get this Sanag. He was
Okay,
like, she
half smoked,
gonna love this.
And,
all park hot dogs, everything. Okay.
oh man, good
Hey,
times.
Chris, we love you, man. We need you on the show
I
sometime,
look,
bro.
Man, we love you, Chris.
Fond
And
memories.
embrace your culture, man. Embrace your culture.
Yes.
If you Black,
Yes.
embrace all of it. It's beautiful. The culture is beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. All right, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back. We're gonna close out this month the way we should. All right, we'll be right back.
For sure.
All right, so it is Black History Month.
No doubt.
Can I be honest for a second?
Yes.
I love Black History Month. I mean, but I'm not normally pressed for us to do like a Black History Month thing, because this is where I do get kind of like this, and it's like every month, Black History Month. God damn it, why the fuck we gotta? I get like that, okay. But Nargis, who is the level-headed, the thoughtful one of us, said that we should do something, and so we came up with a cool idea, not just for today to close out the month, but also something to carry into Women's History Month, which we will slowly reveal over the weeks. We're gonna want to get you all involved. Okay. So today we're gonna pick our own Black history figure. We're not really battling them. It's not a battle. Okay, it's not a one gotta go. Which Black person gotta go? We're not gonna play
that's
that
hilarious.
Game. Right.
We should have just did Black history, Black people, one gotta go.
That is hilarious.
Y'all want to play one gotta go with the Black folks?
Hey man.
Y'all better not get rid of mine.
We want to decide which historical Black figure never existed.
No.
Hey, remember
I
that
can't
algorithm?
do that and have a bonnet on, bruh.
Remember
that
algorithm moving thing I was talking about?
Yeah, I know, right? That'll move the motherfucker quick. Nah, man, we're not going to do that. But we are going to pick our own figure really quick. We're going to pick our own Black history figure and tell you why this person is important and why you should know a little bit more about this person. Pete, would you like to go first?
Sure. There are a host of people that contribute to my thought process, and this man is one of them. It's Senator Congressperson John Lewis. Man, where do I begin to talk about his accomplishments? One of the founders of SNCC, one of Martin Luther King's direct right-hand men on the very good scale of things, not with reported other underdealings like others.
Oh, don't do it.
But he's notably known for Bloody Sunday. Something where he and Martin Luther King had organized a peaceful march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. If you don't know about Bloody Sunday, please look it up. Subsequently, throughout that, him being there with Martin Luther King and being there with everyone else, his skull was fractured by the white police, like fractured and sent him into what do you call that thing when y'all know what I'm talking about? He had a fracture in his skull and he could have very much died from that, right? Never stopped him. Never. I mean, obviously he had to go and heal up and do all those things, but it never stopped his resolve.
Yeah.
He is he coined the phrase, make trouble, good trouble. I have that T-shirt that I wear all the time, and he's such a integral factor in my life, just from letting me know that kind of even amongst the stuff that we're talking about right now, about engaging in proper fights, when you see something that's wrong, when you see something that's unjust, say something about it. Involve yourself in it. And I think that we've all taken that even in what we do now. I'm not saying that everything that we do is flawless or even on the level of what a lot of our civil rights icons had to go through. But in our own way, we're taking up that baton. And I know that in my personal life, that's always going to be something that I follow after. And I encourage everyone, young people, older people, if you don't know, to learn more about Congressman John Lewis.
Okay. Very good. Shouts out to Congressman John Lewis. Rest in peace, by the way.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Nargis, you want to go?
He was
you
so
ready?
nice. Shout out. I do just want to throw in a fun fact about John Lewis. I met him and I have a selfie with him.
Let's
when
go.
he was promoting, he had a graphic novel about the civil rights movement.
I
And he
remember
was
that,
at
yeah.
Politics and Prose
Come
talking
on,
about
man.
it. And I just kind of slid in. I was there to see Sister Soldier because she
Right.
was promoting, I think, her Midnight book. And I was like, is that
Is that
so?
my
I legit
guy?
just slid next to him, like, "Hey, Congressman!" Click. And he was so nice.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. That's awesome,
He was so
Nargis.
nice.
That is awesome.
that's all. That's
He
all.
was so
always gotta-
sweet. He was
You always
just a very
you always
nice
gotta
man.
one up us.
Right.
No.
I met the man. Right.
He don't know who I was.
Yeah.
And either way,
He's got a
that's still a
selfie
one
with
up.
the
I don't
man.
have no selfies with him.
Right.
Hey,
Right. He didn't want to take no selfie with you, Paul.
At all. At all.
tell you.
I was bad trouble.
Who you got, Nargis?
Okay, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna save my Women's History Month one. So I'm just gonna go to my go-to because he's just been an impact to me like my whole life, and that person is Muhammad Ali.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
I have when I really, I knew who he was as a fighter. I knew he was a Muslim athlete. Did the things right. Thriller in Manila. I knew him for his athletic prowess. But then when I got older and really learned and understood the sacrifice that he made and how the country really punished him for having his stance, right? To not want to go and fight a war that he didn't feel was his, after how the country treated him, after he just went and got, comes back home as an Olympic champion and is treated like ass, right? And for that same country to want him to then turn around and go kill on its behalf. And the fact that he sat out in his prime years.
Yes.
And was still the greatest of all time. I will have that argument with anybody, right? The most quotable man. One of the most, when you think about, who I've brought this up in other sessions we've had or other pods we've done, is like, I don't know if we built that way
at all
anymore, right?
In the times that he
I don't
was
know if we
doing
built
it
that
in.
way anymore. And I can't remember the name of the boxer who was on the pivot when he was just like, your character, like what you will and won't do for $1 kind of defines the character and who you are as a man. And my mind immediately goes to Muhammad Ali, and like when he committed to something, he committed to it. Maybe not like romantically, but in other spaces, you know what I'm saying? Although I think all the women knew what was up. I don't know if he lied to any of them ladies. I think they was all very clear
He had a lot,
on what
he
was
had a
going
lot
on
of
in their
love to give,
relationships.
man.
And everybody has challenges that they gotta face in their walks in life. Some of it's manifested in flesh, some is manifested in substances, some is manifested in money. That's just what his was. But that's not what I'm on. And in spite of that, I think just what he represents as a committed Black man to his morals, to his character, and to what he stood on. And he stood on business in and out of the ring. He's always going to be in like my top 5 favorite historical
Let's go.
Black or just athletes, figures of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, you can't go wrong with Muhammad Ali. I mean, this is like, it's Muhammad
The greatest.
Ali. The greatest. Shout out to Muhammad
The worst
Ali.
thing about Muhammad Ali was Will Smith.
Damn.
This
little jab.
Dang.
My Black History person is Will Smith. No, I'm joking.
Right.
Yeah, damn, I was going to talk about Will Smith. All right. So I actually was going to go with Marion Barry, but I thought about it throughout the show, and I'm deciding to go with August Wilson.
Okay.
August Wilson. I love August Wilson so much, I named my daughter after him.
Let's go.
Okay, we were going to name our child August, whether it was a boy or a girl. We had decided that because of the impact of August Wilson, not only just on the household, but on me as a creative. August Wilson was probably one of my favorite creatives. Playwright, born in Pittsburgh, had to drop out of high school because he was accused of plagiarism, essentially educated himself, made some of the greatest plays that captured the essence of Black culture. And a fun fact is that they were all based in a different decade of the 20th century. The one that most people know is Fences, because Denzel Washington kind of took that over and really has honored August Wilson by directing the stage play. Well, he hasn't directed the stage play, but doing the stage play for all those years and then directing the movie. Fences is one of my favorite films, not because my dad necessarily reminds me exactly of Troy from Fences, but Troy from Fences reminds me of a lot of Black men. That was one of the few films where I sat up in the theater and when it went off, when they heard when his, I forget his brother's name, blows the trumpet and they look up and they can hear the trumpet blowing back. It's like I boohooed because it really just captured Black people. Ma Rainey, Black Bottom, the last Chadwick Boseman film. I could go on and on. You really should Google his work.
Yes.
There's plenty of films. The Piano Lesson just came out. Came out recently. There's plenty of film adaptations of his plays, but when we talk about like heavyweights have performed in his plays, James Earl Jones was playing Troy before Denzel Washington. So again, August Wilson, we're bringing up all these people for you to dive deeper into their legacies. Obviously, you know who Muhammad Ali is. You know who John Lewis is. I hope you know who August Wilson is. Again, I'm going to give an honorable shout out just to Marion Barry because I was going to say Marion Barry, but
no doubt.
August Wilson. Again, I named my child after this man. I love his work. His work moves me in a way that no other Black creative moves me. And it's not because it's a competition. It's just for whatever reason, his work just really moves me. So shout out to August Wilson. That's my pick for
100
Black History Month.
Profile.
Can I give a fun fact about August Wilson too?
Yes, you
may.
Got
to
with
I didn't meet him.
With him too. Right.
I don't. I wish. So my first exposure to August Wilson, my oldest sister is a Largo graduate.
Shouts to Largo.
And they put on the Piano Lesson. And I went to see it. And like I just have a vivid memory of like whining boy being drunk. And it's like, no, you can't take this piano, Like that's a core memory in my mind. So fast forward to watching it, the TV version with Charles Dutton and my man Courtney B. Vance. And who's the guy, Mr. Gaines? Like, you know, just these heavy-hitted Alfred Woodard. Like in my mind, right? Fast forward to going to PG, took a theater class. We had to read Fences. Right? Fast forward, I took my students when I was working, when I was working in DC, we went to go see King Hedley. Right? At Arena Stage. Like, And now that, you know, Denzel is, there was a period of time where there were like these audio adaptations. They were doing like the 7th century. So they had like Taraji, they had Felicia Rashad, like heavy hitters just doing like the audio readings. I agree. I just want to co-sign everything that Adam said, because it's like the stories that August Wilson tells, he usually has some similar like formulas.
Right.
But the impact that they have in the larger context of whatever that storyline is, Joe Turner's Come and Gone. What's the one? Was it The Gem of the Ocean? One of those, but they're really great. The 7 Guitars, like they
Gem of the Ocean. Yeah,
Gem of the Ocean. So like they just get into the different nooks and crannies of Black existence that wasn't the same way as like a Sidney Poitier movie was, you know, showing the Black lived experience. So I just want to co-sign what Adam said. August Wilson definitely has a special place, just again in history.
So y'all trying to get this algorithm moving or what?
Yeah, let's battle. Let's battle them now. Here's where it gets fun. No, seriously. No,
right,
but
we got a damn. we got a congressman, an athlete, and a playwright.
And a playwright. Let's fight. Who stays? Who goes? Nah, man.
Go?
Seriously, though, this is, you know, obviously these are legends, and there's plenty more. So, you know, we just talked about Black culture in our last segment and how important it is. All 3 of these people represented Black culture in 3 distinct ways. And I think it's just important to learn more about Black folks that's doing dope things, man. Next month, we're going to be really dealing with women who are still with us that we can really feature. Maybe some of them we can actually get on the show. We'll see how we work that out. Stay tuned for that. All right.
Yay.
All right. Okay. Before we go, I actually wanted to bring something up that broke today. We already kind of talked about it in our group chat, and I have talked about it on the show already, so I'm not going to get too deep into it because I already broke it down a few episodes back. The Warner Brothers purchase. I broke it all the way down, and why at the time people were very upset that Netflix was purchasing Warner Brothers, because they were only thinking about it from an entertainment standpoint. They were only thinking about, well, if Netflix buys this, then they'll take movies out of movie theaters, which would have been a bad thing. But it's not worse than the alternative. Okay. And by the way, Netflix had already made it clear that they weren't going to do that they were going to pretty much leave Warner Brothers alone and just leave it as like its own thing and just run it, basically. So big corporate greed, blah, blah, blah. But at least it wouldn't have been what is about to happen. So today the news broke that Netflix has backed out of the deal. They have said that the price is too high and that is no longer it makes no financial sense for them anymore, which means that Paramount is in charge and no, I shouldn't say they're in charge. They're not in charge yet, but Paramount is the front runner and will likely buy Warner Brothers. I already broke down how the Ellisons and Jared Kushner's little shadow company and all of this, and really what it was about was buying CNN. Here's something that people don't realize, haven't realized, they don't know happened. That was a butchered sentence, but the best one I could come up with in a moment. Yesterday, the CEO of Netflix was at the White House. I've already told you in a past episode that Donald Trump said he was going to be looking into this and that he's pro Paramount buying this network.
Oh, you went out, Adam.
Mike's out.
My bad. I got it. The CEO of Netflix went into the White House and left out of the White House saying the deal ain't good. The president threatened that man. I'm not going to get all super political. I'm not going to do it. I just think it's important for people to understand that this is a government attempting to take over our media.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to leave you with doom and gloom, okay? I'm not going to leave you with doom and gloom. Because the positive thing is, yeah, I promise I'm not. Because the positive thing is, a lot of these networks and these news networks that they want so bad are dinosaurs. Ask yourself how often you watch CNN. Ask yourself how often you watch CBS. Ask yourself how often you watch The Tonight Show or Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert, okay? You don't really watch them like that. You watch us. You watch other podcasters. So I'm saying all this to say, going off our conversation earlier in this show, going off our conversation from our last episode, Black media, Black independent media is more important than ever. If you have a voice and want to speak, it's free. I'll give you the game. Get you a Riverside account, get you a YouTube account, get you a microphone with a USB port, and talk.
Make a difference.
We will always give you the information, and we will always offer you an alternative so you don't go crazy during these wild ass times. Okay. We're going to talk about life, but I think it's very important for you to understand that the news networks that you're used to being trusted in about a year or two will no longer be trustworthy.
No.
Okay. So you're going to have to seek your news from alternative spaces. And if you Black folks, now's the time. Let's work together. Let's do each other's podcasts. Let's do each other's shows. Let's support each other, because it's really important that we amplify Black independent media. Okay? That's my speech.
100%. We are right. Yeah. Right there on that.
All right. So I guess it's time to wrap this thing up. Shouts out to Captain Durag. Shout out to the Durag twins.
It's fine. We're fraternal twins.
Okay. You know what? Both of y'all think y'all slick, okay? Because that ain't nothing but y'all sleepwear. All y'all gonna do is just get into bed.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all act like y'all was making some type of grand. Y'all won't make no point. It was just an easy way. You ain't have to dress up for the pod. You can just cut the microphone off and get y'all asses in the bed. That's it.
I wish.
Handle business.
Yeah. Okay. I'm hip. I'm hip. Okay. Nah, appreciate y'all, man. We got some things. Yeah, hey man, I'm hating hard because I put on clothes for this and y'all bullshitting. Anyway, but look, I will say the Durag. I mean, I'm sorry, the bonnet situation is cool. Like,
come on,
making it work. Making it work. We got some stuff coming up. We got more cool guests coming up. Brother Smooth, I promise you, we'll be back on the show very, very soon.
Yeah.
LT will be back on the show very, very soon, because I think, fingers crossed, I think we may have found a new studio to work with.
No doubt.
I think we may have found a studio. So you're good to go. You're going to get to see LT real soon and all of the crew. But until then, we're going to keep working. So we appreciate you all for tuning in again. Shouts out to all the new subscribers. We really, really appreciate that. We're about to hit a personal goal of ours, and it's all because of y'all. So thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. It's a big deal to us. So thank you. Remember to follow us, MSR Tribe on Instagram, Mainstream Radio on Facebook, MSR Tribe on Threads. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the channel, spread the word, do all of that. We appreciate you. Remember, we are on podcast platforms. We want to get those podcast audio numbers up. For the people that just want to listen to the show, share the show, subscribe, rate, review, do all of that. All right.
Thank you.
Nargis, thank you so much. We appreciate you, my dear sister. You don't work too hard tonight. I know you got a lot to do. So we're gonna let you get to it. All right. Yeah. You're a soldier. You're a soldier.
Yes.
All right.
Appreciate
You're a soldier. When you see her, don't offer her a platter of pork. You know what I'm saying? It's not right.
Ever.
It's not a good thing to do. It's not good.
No, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you. All right, y'all. I'm Adam Butler. That's Paul Spann.
Paul Blackman Spann exiting the building.
Exiting the building. Remember to be great, free DC.
Elevate us.
We're up out of here. Peace.